Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're looking at the memory droid. Now, this was created, I'm going to guess, somewhere around like the 2002 2005 timeline. Um, this was not something created in the uh, West End Games series, as far as I can tell. We do get information on this from the, let's see, I think it said where it was. Nope, I don't have it here. Let me kind of flip over. I don't think you're going to be able to see this, but it actually comes from the source, the Essential Guide to Droids, the official Star Wars fact file 29 and 95. And those are magazine uh, articles that were produced between 2002 and 2005. So, taking that in account, I'm thinking this was created sometime later. But uh, what we do have from Wikipedia was the memory droid was created by Sorosub as a droid library. It stood about 2 meters tall and was hexagonal. It contained computers detailed enough to store a multitude of information that were used by the Galactic Empire to record information such as the Death Star blueprints. So, trying to put everything all together, like where did they get the information and all that. This would make a little bit of sense to sit here and say that this would be something that maybe my mind gets a little fuzzy on this. I don't remember when they came out with Row One. Um, if it was towards that time and they just decided to, hey, let's come up with something here. With that being the case, we have the stats here. So, as a walking big giant computer storage file, here we are. Um, it is manufactured by the Sorosub Corporation. Has a dexterity of 1. It's just a big floating kind of computer memory bank. So, I mean, it doesn't need a lot of dexterity. Knowledge wise, it only has a 2, but bureaucracy, library science, it has a 4D. The mechanical being a 1D, its perception is 1D, strength is 1D. It's not something meant to be out and about and typically walking, lifting, or anything else. Technical, computer programming, repair of 4D. So it's a nice resource droid in that regard. It does come equipped with repulsor lift pads, which nullifies the weight for transport, has 2 manipulator arms, most likely something similar to what R2D2 had for trying to log into other computers. Most notably, we see him in The Empire Strikes Back when he's plugged into Cloud City and he's actually getting information and all that about what things are going on. And he finds out that the hyperdrive is not actually activated for the Millennium Falcon. We have 3 high volume memory cores with Karen 9 or Karen 11 super processors, allowing rapid data uh, collation, monitoring screens, input keyboards, and numerous computer interface ports. So essentially, this is like a giant, in some regards, almost a laptop, but a giant computer um, station that can be used at the whim. Um, has a move of 0, can be pushed on its repulsors, and it is actually 1.85 meters tall. So it's another one of these. It's not a common sight. It's more of a mundane thing. Corporations could use this for maybe moving data across, maybe when they're doing their big meetings or whatever else. Uh, think of it in our own modern world. This would be a great thing when you're doing conventions or something else. You could pre-install it with whatever you're going to debut. If you're debuting new video games or cars or whatever for Star Wars, it could be trying to roll out new starfighters, new speeders, um, plans for city development, anything. And here you have the ability to have multiple. keyboards and monitors kind of unravel so that way people can see things or whatever. One of the other things that could very well be a useful addition onto this, it's not listed here, but a kind of a projector. So that way, if you're doing this, um, even if you don't have uh, like a pre-set up booth or something like that, you could almost have it set up almost out on the street somewhere, and it could kind of like how we see Leia telling Luke, or in a recording for Obi-Wan, So you have a 3D design. It could actually just pop it out on the street, and you could just kind of do a presentation that way. It would be interesting. And that technology, in some regards, is getting a little bit more feasible. I know that for cell phones, it's something I've seen where we actually have small projectors. So all you need is a wall. So we can project onto a wall with our own cell phones, and we could do a little presentation off of that. So, you know, it's futuristic, it's out there, and yet taking that futuristic stuff and saying that we are kind of getting closer to that in our own real lives, is an interesting idea. So with that, like I said, it's another mundane droid that we don't typically think of or whatever else. But if you have characters that are running through a convention center or something like that, maybe they go to their own version of a Comic Con or a Gen Con or whatever. It would be interesting. So, with that being said, hope you enjoy the series. It's always fun bringing these, just kind of not normally seen items, or whether it's ships, vehicles, droids. We have lots of weapons that we can go through, other creatures. So we have plenty of material here. We'll give it all its 15 minutes of fame, and we'll go from there. With that, thanks for joining me. It's always wonderful having you here. We'll see you in the next video.